Sportsman's Adventures with Captain Rick Murphy, presented by Yamaha.
Go ahead and net that one.
What I'm gonna
Let
do?
him go. Let him go. Let him go.
Now there's a nice fish.
Let him go.
That's what I call a double header.
Hey, welcome to Sportsman's Adventures and no stranger, Captain Danny Barrow. But this time I brought Ridge because Ridge always wants to catch a big snook. And as you can see, Danny's really making that happen for himself. And whether Ridge catches one or not, you're gonna have to stay tuned to see. Ooh, that's a nice fish. Come on this other side, Danny.
Yes, sir.
On the other side.
I'm gonna bring her around for you, Rick.
Step down, don't let her get in the trolling motor, bud.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Come here, little girl.
Shorten the leader.
Come here, little girl.
Shorten the leash.
Come here, little girl. Mr. Fraybill. Mr. Fraybill to the rescue.
That's what we're talking about. Big
Saltwater
snooks in clear
Assassin
water,
City.
man. Woo! Look at
Look
that.
at that gorgeous fish.
Good job,
I got the
Danny.
net. You want to grab? You want me to grab?
I'm a grabbing kind of guy. Man. That's what.
That's what you're talking about
You're not
right
sure
there,
what
baby.
we're doing. Here's what we're doing right here.
That's it, baby.
Snooks in Jupiter Inlet. Heard about it my whole life. Actually here witnessing it right now. So Danny, tell me a little bit about these snooks on the inlet. Why is inlet fishing so much different than fishing in the estuaries and beaches and whatnot?
Right now, we're in the June, July, and August phase, which is their spawn phase.
Yeah.
These snook are coming to these inlets to have fun, make babies. Look at that saltwater assassin getting it done. A saltwater box, saltwater assassin. That's a VMC,
That's a VMC
boxer,
boxer
head.
jig.
Yes.
Yeah.
Getting it done.
With
Nice
the
and frayed. Look at this.
Suffix and
And that's
busy
the
line.
Suffix and busy line, 30 pound.
Yep.
You know, you don't need to go heavy. If you want to bite,
How
you go
fat
light.
that fish
But
is.
these inlet snook are here spawning, Rick. It's June, July, and August. They come out here and make babies. And if you look at her and you look at the tail on her, she looks a little beat up. That's because they're out here, and these male fish are in here working hard on these females. They're really working these fish hard. They beat up on them. And this tide right now is going out, so the water's starting to dirty up a little bit, and that's what we want. When we got here 15 minutes ago, this water was crystal clear, and these fish were spooky. They'd watch a jig just hop by them, they'd kind of move out of the way. Now this water's starting to dirty up just a little bit, and they're gonna drop their guard. When they drop their guard, that's what happens.
Say goodbye to her, Danny. There she goes right there.
I'll see you later. Well, look at that, beautiful fish.
Oh, this is a big fish. I don't know if this is a redfish or a big snook.
It's
It was
Snookzilla.
just a different bite. It was a wow. I mean, I'm pounding it. Hammer down.
Snookzilla alert. Tell me this is Snookzilla, Rick.
This is a big
Tell
fish.
me it's Snookzilla.
Big fish. Uh-oh. Big snook, big snook, big snook, big snook.
Oh yeah.
Look at that
Nice.
snook. Look at where the hook is.
And look, he did it again. A foul hook snook on a circle hook. Every time I get with you, you do that stuff.
Head first, Rich.
Attaboy.
Lift them up, baby.
Attaboy.
Plop.
Look
That's a
at
good
that.
one. Woo-hoo. That's why they call me the Snook King.
This. You boys with your fingers in them gill plates like that. One of these days,
Why don't you like that?
one of you boys gonna get cut because it hurts. Now flip her up good if you're gonna do that. When you lift them like that, you can take their jaw, pop it out of there. You go.
Wow. Ah. How about it?
Nice work.
That is a nice snook, Daddy.
That's a dandy fish right there. Clean fish too, and she's still fat. She hasn't spawned out. She'll be down there playing later on today.
Nice.
Gorgeous, Rick.
Thank you so much for grabbing that net one for me there, Richard.
Not a problem.
You the man.
All right, this one's ready to go.
Let her go. Nice.
Thanks for coming up here with me. keeping me honest.
Always.
Good job, fellas.
Nice.
How much frayed?
Not enough.
Not bad, huh?
Put another grunt
Put
on
another
there.
grunt? Yes, sir. You got your lad here?
Yes, sir. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
you're quite well.
Well, I like this.
Rich,
That's my grunt man. Grunt man. You doing back there? Grunt me up.
Sportsman's Adventures is brought to you by Yamaha. Reliability starts here. FWC, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Williamson Lures for the Pelagic Playground. Maverick Boat Company, makers of premium boat brands, Maverick, Hughes, and Pathfinder. Humminbird, simply, clearly, better. The Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. Costa Sunglasses, see what's out there. And Rapala, catch the latest at rapala.com.
Introducing Helmmaster, Yamaha's first fully integrated digital boat control system. With Helmmaster, you can start your outboards with a swipe of a fob and control them with a single lever. Outboard trim and steering friction adjust automatically as you accelerate and decelerate. Adjust engine speed with the touch of a button. The Helmmaster joystick provides the means to navigate and dock precisely with confidence and ease. Take control of your next vessel with Helmmaster at your command.
Remember the glory days of gasoline? It's just not made the same anymore.
Kick your gas into gear with StarTron. Pump up the performance in all of your engines. Cure the problems of ethanol with the power of enzymes. And maximize your mileage every time you drive. Kickstart your engines with StarTron.
He's fished here for decades. He knows every hump, every drop-off, every contour. He's dedicated his entire life to understanding this single body of water, and he didn't know squat about it until 2 hours ago. AutoChart Live lets you build your own high-definition maps anywhere in the world in real time. Only with Onyx. Only from Humminbird.
It's been said that a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at the office. But down here in the Florida Keys, we have to disagree. Because with over 200 of the world's best charter boat captains and guides, there's no such thing as a bad day of fishing. The Florida Keys and Key West.
Thank you for joining us on Sportsman's Adventures. You can catch all the latest happenings, contests, appearances by liking us on Facebook and following us on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to hook up with Sportsman's Adventures, you can find full episodes of Sportsman's Adventures plus tips and techniques on our YouTube channel. If there's a product that we use during the show that you'd like to know more about, you can find links to our sponsors by heading to sportsmansadventures.com. Today's Costa Cool Place and Moment is certainly about the Jupiter Lighthouse. Now, if you're in the Jupiter area, understand that this is one of the cool things that you want to see. The lighthouse was actually first lit in 1860. Now, the grounds are operated and controlled essentially by the U.S. Coast Guard, so there's a lot of cool things that you can see there. One of the things that's there is this museum, and the building that the museum is in was constructed before the Second World War, and all of the married couples that were monitoring what was going on with the German U-boats right here off of the coastline, that's where they lived. Now, one of the things that also comes to mind when I think about the lighthouse is right here in Florida, we have 3 beautiful lighthouses. We have Ponce Inlet, Jupiter Inlet, and then obviously we have the one in Biscayne Bay off of Miami. So if you come to this area, you want to make sure you check it out. It's really beautiful. The other thing that you can do is if you want to know about some of the functions, you can rent this place for a wedding, maybe some special event. They do all kinds of fundraisers, and you can go to jupiterlighthouse.org and find out what kind of events that they might have scheduled. So if you come to Jupiter, make sure you check out the Jupiter Lighthouse. It's really a cool thing to see.
That a boy. Hook up easy, keep her head down, bring that rod this way. Sideways with her, keep her head down in the water. That's a nice fish.
Don't forget you got trolley, okay? Ridge!
Nice, clean Jupiter Inlet snook.
Wow.
Nice job, Ridge.
I gotta tell you, that might be my biggest snook.
Wow!
Yeah, brother. Nice, clean
Look
job.
at that, Jay!
Easy, easy. Nice
Dang!
shot, Ridge. Nice
that
shot.
for
Let me
me.
take the rod. You take your fish. Here, you want to pull that hook? You got it. Free hand. I got you here.
Fell out just
Look
like
at
that.
that. Gorgeous job.
Man.
Nice Jupiter fish
Yeah,
out here in the
perfect
inlet.
net job, Dad. Love you, Rick.
Yeah,
Great job
one
with that Frey
time.
bill net.
So Danny,
Look at that. Yes, sir.
Now, is this fish, see how the fish's belly is kind of sinking in? Already spawned, you
This
think?
fish, yeah, this fish probably spawned out a couple days ago. And look at this. I mean, they're fighting. These fish have been down there fighting during the spawn. All these little males beating on her and pecking at her. But look at that gorgeous fish.
All right, so we're gonna talk about the rig we're using here for these live baits. It's called the Jupiter rig. So we basically just have 2 swivels, a piece of 60 or 80 pound mono, and then we're putting a 3 ounce or 4 ounce, depending on the current, between the 2 swivels. And all we want is that to be able to roll along the rocks and along the sand. So we're gonna double line my 832 Suffix, 20 pound 832. And basically we're going to tie it on with just a regular clinch knot or a uni knot, whatever knot you feel like using. And then on the other end, on this other swivel end, we're going to tie about 18 inches of Suffix Invisalign with a VMC, way heck's getting old, man, with a VMC circle hook. Okay, so now we tie it on there, just a clinch knot. Leave our tag end sticking out for a minute. Piece of Suffix Invisalign 50 with the live baits because you have a tendency to catch the bigger fish. And we're gonna pull off about 24 inches because the end we want basically a short leader, because if we don't have a short leader, what ends up happening is the baits spin and the snook's not gonna eat something that's spinning. So even though I got about 24 inches here, and tie it on, get everything rigged up, ready to go, and then using this 8.0 VMC 7385, there it is there. It's not an offset hook. This is their tournament grade circle hook that they make. Now I can adjust my length. This is a little long for my liking, so I'm gonna cut about 5 or 6 inches off, and then by the time I tie the hook on with a clinch knot, I'm gonna have that short leader, which is gonna keep my baits from spinning. Normally you go, oh, you know, we would want a longer leader, especially in snapper and grouper fishing, because of the bait, the fish seeing the lead. But in this particular case, it really doesn't matter because the bait's laying on the bottom, and then you have your grunt on this end, or your thread fin, finger mullet, whatever it is. So if you ever have an issue with it spinning, just make your leader nice and short. There you go, Danny.
Little baby male fish.
Saw one run
While
over
I'm
to Ridge's
fighting
bait.
her.
Did he get you, Ridgy, man?
No, he didn't
Some
get
more
me.
of them guys
Oh, I
out.
got one. Oh, there we go. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Ridge, you hooked
Trifecta.
up? Everybody hooked up.
Triple
Triple
header,
header,
baby.
baby.
Hey!
Oh. Look at all the fish right here. Look at all the fish right here.
Oh! They're running and going after the ones that are jumping all over the place. Look at this big one coming up underneath these two.
Oh, you talking to him now,
Look,
Rick.
Daddy.
You talking
see
to
me.
him now.
There we go. Jumping.
Clean little puppy.
That's it.
Beautiful little ocean snook, huh?
Now,
baby
Danny,
males. Yes, sir.
these would be the males that are in
Yes,
here
sir.
with all these females, right?
Yes, sir. You got it right on the money, Rick.
How about a triple header picture?
Yeah, nice.
How can we do that?
We can take a camera real quick.
And put the 3 together? Can you get yours off, Ridge?
I'm ready to go when you are. You know what we do when we get triple headers in the glades and only got 3 people with us?
Shots. Hang on.
That's kind of cool.
Taking selfies, man.
Selfie. Look at our guys over here in the Maverick catching double header on the fly rod. Awesome. I love it. I just love watching people catch them.
I just got eaten.
You got it, Rick?
Yeah.
Pitch this one out there, Rick. Get a double header going on.
Come on.
There's fish all right in here. You're over me. You went over me. There you go, and we're good.
Looks like the father-son team got them fired up here.
You got them fired up. All we doing is catching them.
Uh-oh. We're
I'm
good.
under.
Oh, look at that little snook screaming across that flat ridge.
There's a
Guys,
fish right underneath it. That's a
this
nice
reminds
fish,
me
too. You
so
see that
much
one?
of when I used to fish with my dad.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it brings back some great memories, man.
Right up here.
You
This one's a
cherish
little bit
these
bigger.
memories, Ridge.
My rod's right here by you, Danny. There it is. Let me help him up.
Got him?
I do. You know, the last time we were in Jupiter, I think you were 5.
Filming
it.
the first show I ever did with you.
Yeah.
Catching Spanish mackerels in a 31 contender.
And 0 mackerels, mostly. Yep. A little
That
shorty.
fish got a little more size to it. Take this rod, Rick. As soon as you unhook that, take this rod for me, Rick.
All right.
Ooh, I missed it. That's okay. She got off.
Oh, we gotta let this one go.
And you let me know if you want me to handle her, Daddy-O. Have a nice trip, girlfriend.
Sportsman's Adventures is brought to you by La Jolla Resort, a place for family and fishermen. Power Pole, swift, silent, secure. Custom trailer manufacturer Amera Trail. Contender Boats, performance through innovation. Suffix Lines, the world's most hardcore fishing line. VMC, your expert in hooks. TRON, cures and prevents ethanol fuel problems. And there's no stopping okuma.
You know there's more to it than luck. There's fishing the right bait, the water temperature, the wind, the season, and then there's the boat. We'll put it simply, the boat matters. To own a Contender is to own the best sport fishing boat on the market, period. Contender offers the most comprehensive model range with bigger, faster, and more fuel-efficient boats than the competition. There's only one choice for serious anglers. Contender Boats. Performance through innovation.
All fishermen are created equal. Some just use better fishing line.
It's been said that a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at the office. But down here in the Florida Keys, we have to disagree. Because with over 200 of the world's best charter boat captains and guides, there's no such thing as a bad day of fishing. The Florida Keys and Key West.
Yamaha's next generation V6 4-strokes are changing the game.
Mid-range power was awesome.
Fuel, the burn, it's unbelievable.
Couldn't believe the speed and the fuel economy is pretty impressive.
I mean, I couldn't believe the power. It was like it was more like doing a quarter mile on a drag strip.
And them things are like, it's a whole nother game. So I made the switch.
Experience the difference for yourself during the Yamaha Discover V6 Offshore Demo Tour. See why we call it the game changer.
She's still there, or is she hitting spit?
No, I got it.
Fabulous.
Oh, this is a big fish.
What I'm going to do is stand by to stand by until you say, get a net, Danny. That's a nice fish.
This is a big fish.
Yes. And what I'm hoping for is a Snookzilla. And you can't miss her. She's got this big Z tattooed on her back. Yeah, when you keep her over to that right side, if she comes to that right side, Rick, that's where you want to keep her, up and out of them rocks. Look at that gorgeous fish. Sweet.
How beautiful those fish are. There we go, Reggie! Yay! Daddy likey. Come on. Nice. You know, I just can't get over how fat and thick
that circle hook
they
works every time, man. Look at that.
That's the VMC 7385. And guys, that's the one thing you need to know about circle hooks. You can't yank. The way it's designed is the fish comes up, he grabs the bait, and all you want him to do is swim off, and as he swims off, you want to come tight. The hook will come out of the mouth and slide into the corner or into the top of the nose, which is what you see a lot of times on a tarpon. He'll hook them right here or in the corner, and that's what it's designed to do. If you think about it, the way the circle hook was designed years, I mean hundreds of years ago, it was just basically on a line that was unattended. There wasn't a guy on a long line hooking fish. They hooked themselves, and that's what you have to do. Just slowly come tight, let the hook slide into the corner like it's supposed to.
You know, when you get on my boat, go snook fishing, you will not find a J-hook on my boat. That is the only hook I fish for snook anymore. I've been doing it for years, and there's no need to use a J-hook on a snook. A circle hook is the way to go.
Anytime.
You just gotta stay tight.
Well, they're notorious for fraying your line to begin with, and when you use the circle hook, it goes right to the corner of their mouth, and you get a lot less frayage on the line, and your hookup ratio goes way up.
Ready to go. There's only one thing wrong with this hook.
It doesn't have a bait on it.
There you go, Danny.
Let me get you a bait, Daddy-o. Now, when you're hooking these, you're probably doing it the same way I do it, Rick, and just run them through the nostrils like that.
Right.
You stick it straight through like that. That nose is so hardy on that bait. That's a perfect size right there. And that is going to get thumped.
The reason why it's so important to let them eat it a little bit is because it's not soft like a pilchard. So this grunt, he's real hard in his forehead and real hard in his back.
Yep, real the back, and that head is like...
very, very important for that snook to grab him, get him in his mouth, and then turn him around and get him down so that we can have a lot of that hook exposed.
Correct.
All right, let him go.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. There we go.
Oh, hook up.
Here we go.
Come on, Daddy-o.
Whoa. Whoa. Ridge.
I think I might have to join you.
Oh. Too bad there's not a bite going on here, Jupiter Inlet.
I know, why we come all the way up here not to catch fish?
Oh, whoa.
I tell you what, man, Captain Danny put us on them.
So, Ridge, let me ask you, what's your favorite fish to catch?
Well, it all depends what we're talking about, you know. I always tell people if I had to catch one fish inshore and one fish offshore for the rest of my life, it'd be a tarpon and a sailfish.
Oh, you like the fish that do the jumping, do you?
You know, obviously I like catching these snook because you can catch them year-round and everything else, but that tarpon is that seasonal fish and that sailfish, that seasonal fish, and they, you know, they're complete opposite seasons, so it would work perfectly if I could catch those two fish for the rest of my life, you know?
Right.
And it's just the adrenaline that comes with them, you know?
Now, people have been watching you on TV since you were 5 years old. What are you gonna do? You're getting ready to go off to college. You're a senior. You got one more year.
Okay, here's how this works. Not to interrupt you guys, but Rick's fish is the bigger fish. That's the fish we've been hunting.
Go ahead and net that one.
So what I'm gonna do
Let
is...
me go. Net them both. Net them both.
Now there's a nice fish. He's a...
Net them both.
That's what I call a double header. Now Rick,
that's like LeBron and
there's that.
D-Wade hitting the three-pointer.
You got it?
Yeah, I got this one.
She's in.
Get that little one out of my way.
I know. I'm trying to work on it right now. She tended to like that circle.
Hey there, Shorty. Get that little fish out of the way.
Oh my Lord! Look at this.
Show me.
Oh,
Show me.
Daddy, oh. That's what we're looking for right there, buddy.
Right
We've been hunting you for all morning.
That's it.
Look at that gorgeous fish, Rick.
Man, look, I can't get over how different they're built in reference to what we see down in the Everglades.
Like a flamingo fish.
Yeah, flamingo fish are real thin and their fins are real yellow, and even though they're the same species, you can just tell because of the habitat, you know, why they get so different. These fish are thick right from the very head.
You can look right down the hole. They look like a Labrador. We call them Labradors. They look like a Labrador retriever when they start getting up in size. But yeah, your East Coast snook are just bigger, fatter fish.
And you know what else? Captain Danny, you always invite me up. This time I had to bring Ridge for some monster snook fishing, and more importantly, this is a great sportsman's adventure because you the monster snook man.
Keep up with the latest Sportsman's Adventures news and events by logging into our website at sportsmansadventures.com and following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Coming up next week on Sportsman's Adventures with Captain Rick Murphy, we join some friends in Key West as they free-dive the reefs and introduce us to spearfishing.
That's what I'm talking about. This is the way to fish.